Welcome, space travelers, to part 2 of Let's Play Endless Space as the Cravers. Hope you all are ready for a little bit of a slaughter to roll out here, because that's exactly what we're going to do to Horatio and the Vodiani in this galaxy. Also, those pirates think they can get away with piracy. They wouldn't download a spaceship.
I shall defend the faith, whatever that requires.
You want me to donate?
Even in holy war, diplomacy remains an option.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
For the good of the...
I refuse. I'm not giving you any money. You want to fight? I will be ready to fight. Alright, these guys. Well, that one has a little bit of damage on him, but whatever. This fleet is certainly ready to start laying siege to our pirate friends here. Let's see, can we... I've only got not full manpower on that fleet because I'm so short on manpower. So I'm actually just going to leave them in blockade mode for a couple of turns to soften up their defenses for a little smidge. Yeah. May need to get some more chain gangs rolling here. Let's see. Picked out a ship here. It's chain gang. No, I'm gonna do a feeding pit first. Get a little bit more food production up. Where do I really want to chain gang is the Zinnius system, because I have 1,000,000 billion slaves here to recruit for it. Uh-oh, it's time for me to drag up with my broken mouse. Yes! Alright, we good. We're good. We're good. Chain gang is in place. And so, yeah, I've got 1, 2... Okay, so I want that to be a fleet of 6, so I'll get one more. And I'll send you guys to Zinnius to meet up with the other ships for that fleet. Meanwhile, over here in the Phaeton system, yeah, I might as well get some of these basic buildings I haven't gotten around to yet. And Kren Salutis has leveled up again. I could give him 10% fleet health, or I could give him 10% fleet health and plus 1 more probe stock. His fleet already has a whole lot of probes, but I mean, I figure these two are literally the same amount of health, and that has an extra bonus, so that's the better skill, I should think. Is that a... and my Cold War hasn't become a hot war yet, so I can't actually kill that civilian at the moment. Since that is in his territory. Alright, Xanados. New population collection. 10% less ship cost. Always good. For that matter, I should perhaps look into...
I shall defend the faith, whatever that requires.
Yeah, not to be ignored lightly. Well, guess what? I'm ready to completely murder you if you try to pull anything, Vodiani. Also, if you don't try to pull anything, I'm ready to completely murder you anyway, because I want to eat your tasty, tasty flesh. Yeah, so let's get lower fleet costs, because we have militarists here, and I want to build more fleets. And my manpower generation seems to be, well, a little bit stabilizing. How are we doing here? Yeah, I think this pirate base, I'm gonna wait till this fleet is complete and send them to help, and then when both of them are there, then we can do something about those pirates. Oh, what is that? A Vodiani ship? Let's attack it. Positron actually has shields, so I will give him power 2 shields. Decisive victory. That is what I am talking about. Probe that one thing I can probe. Okay, adamantium. Always convenient. And then let's start taking a look at Vodiani territory. Based on the fact that they've tried to send leechers at me and I've killed them, I can assume that the Vodiani are not currently in the best settlement shape, as it were. Let's take a look at... Okay, I'm at 4 out of 5. And I gotta have 6 pretty soon. But I do think I want to send... Tiny monsoon planet. That's all barren tundra and ice. What about Lakeem? Tiny ocean has got jade onyx and molten springs. I'm not sure if I want to toss out another settler thing right now. However, actually, let's look at this. Alright, yeah. Making 4 jade onyx per turn. I'm going to have that be my level 2 development because industry is really nice. Can't colonize either of those other planets, Psychagogia. Of course, the how many points it takes to deplete a planet, I don't know if I said this in part 1 or not, is dependent on the size of the planet, right? So a tiny planet, obviously you can have fewer Cravers on it, but it takes fewer depletion points to deplete. That's relatively straightforward. And chain gang program. And let's get some level 2 modernization here in my frontline system, so that it can start building ships pretty quickly. Sometimes when you're Cravers and you ask the question, who do I want to go to war with first between these two guys? And the answer is both. You know, if you've got enough ships to do both, it's always good. Especially because while you have militarists in your Senate... Okay, Applied Happiness Program. Yeah, I would actually like to unlock the marketplace so that I can trade resources if I need. You know, and then, alright, good. I have got the extra manpower building. Yeah, I'll just get these basic ones. And also, for that matter, I think I should get Xenology for the Academy Embassy. More heroes is good. And also, potentially increase my influence generation. I was lucky enough to get some unique planets early on that's really propped that up for me. But once those guys get depleted, I'm going to start needing spin projects, so... Oh, somebody else has discovered the Academy. Well, alright. I'm going to do a chain gang program here, because, once again, I'm very severely lacking in manpower at the moment. I think I did the math wrong because I have an extra guy. Well, I'll send him over to Phaeton. Zinnius is getting pretty unhappy, so I'm going to do a feeding pet. Well, no, I'm going to do a chain gang. And then a feeding pet. Got lots of slaves here, so... Search whatever that is, hopefully luxury resource. How's this fleet looking? That is at 50% manpower. which, well, honestly, even at 50% manpower, those two fleets will be good enough to deal with those pirates, so I can let the manpower fill a little later. And actually, you'll see, now that I've moved it off the system, a second ago I had like 100-something down there for the amount being used, and it was minus 194 out of the 193, and now you see that's plus 18. Now that it's not in the system and not refilling, that actually reduces the amount of manpower that's being drawn. So I know this is only half full, but then I have this other one that's, what are they, 35% full, and that's fine, because there's two of them, and it's just pirates, so. Meanwhile, here in our home system, I cannot afford to be level 2 just yet, but I am going to get exotic rations. It's important to, for me right now, to get as much as I can in terms of manpower, because I'll need to build a lot of fleets for the war I'm planning, and manpower is definitely the limiting factor for an early game expansionist craver like I'm doing right now. Okay, minus 20 on systems on Empire, and I've got like 5 systems, so that's going to be minus 100 dust, which is like half of my dust. However, I mean, the minus 20 science also sucks, but the industry is good, so I'm going to go for ignore. Boost up my industrial power. Oh, and of course, as soon as that leaves, they send another freaking leecher to come try and leech my... Alright, you turn right back around and be ready to kill that leecher next turn. Stupid Vodiani. Alright, meanwhile, the Vega system. Battle tactic. Yeah, get the free technology in 10 turns. Eat an incense. Alright, so that is that. I don't know. The Vodiani homeworld is probably somewhere, possibly even adjacent to the Vega system, somewhere in this vicinity. I would not be surprised if they had only 2 or 3 arcs at this stage of the game, because they seem to be sending leechers in one at a time to my territory that are getting fought off relatively easily. I am somewhat concerned of going too deep into Vodiani territory with my hero only having 4 scouts to defend him, but you know, we'll we'll take our risk. Okay, there's going to be another Vodiani there. Alright, good. My outpost turned into a thing on Pardalis. I don't need to reduce the cheat cost during elections because I'm an autocracy that has... I don't even actually have the option to cheat on elections. So, that would be pretty pointless. Okay, and they are... Well, that one is all energy, but that is balanced. So I'm going to do turtle. I may lose 1 slicer here.
I shall defend the...
Alright, decisive victory. Good, screw you, pirates. Stealing my population on the system of Zinnius, which... I'll send my slicer to just kill that son of a bitch, leecher. Faithful feel uneasy with your growth and power. The church aims to close its borders to ease their worries. Okay, so they're probably going to close borders. Ah, here is their homeworld. Okay. Nothing I can probe. Well, let's just keep exploring this way. Because they said they aim to close their borders, but they haven't actually done it yet, so... then these two systems down here, I just got... Hey, that's right, I got that thing earlier that revealed the special nodes. They will potentially be things I settle, mostly just for the Jade Onyx, but I'm not going to bother with them yet, because they're far enough away that they're not useful for building fleets for the wars up here, and they're going to contribute to my unhappiness. I would be better off settling Pictor and Lakim if I want 2 more colonies, so... And you go back to Phaeton, which is going to build... okay, -2. Alright, well, it's -200 for the new system it made. The Phaeton system is going to build 5 more slicers to complete that fleet. Back in Forest, I'm going to build an Academy Embassy. Even though someone has discovered the Academy, which means that you'll see I have started on my way to earning new heroes, which is nice, but 2 turns to build an Academy Embassy makes them unlock 20% faster, and that is generally pretty worth it, so... yeah, and I'll get the miners thing for more resource. Good. So yeah, I'm gonna go out and settle the Pictor and Lakim systems with those 2 guys. Oh, and I forgot to choose a research. Obviously, that is a thing I need to do. I could... No, my approval's doing fine right now. When I get those other systems up, that'll probably impact it negatively. But, alright, so now with these 2... Yeah, I'm gonna do that. And preemptive bombing, you don't ever actually take over a pirate lair, so always choose preemptive bombing when you're attacking pirates, because it doesn't matter what you destroy or how many people you kill, because everything needs to die. Anyway. Minor victory. Alright, so I should have that done next turn and get whatever that reward is. Research queue. Well, I think I'm going to want to increase my fleet size and get the ability to build tanks for my ground battles. And then let's take a look. 10 and 5. Alright, I have more titanium than Hyperium, and also Cravers really benefit from projectile weapons because their heroes buff those specifically, so I'm going to advance my weapons. Get myself ready for the invasion process here. Alright, ground battle of Gemini, bomb them again, decisive victory. Alright, cool, I get 600 dust from those pirates. And now I will send these guys back to there. I've increased my fleet size, so 6 out of 9 on both of those. I will need 6 more things. I have 1 guy here who, actually no, he will, oh no, he's going to Phaeton. Alright, well Zinnius is going to build 6 ships. First I'm going to get a chain gang before I build 6 ships, because the ones I already have are low. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, good, good. Yeah, a little too modernization back home. The, my main quest fleet is hanging around deep in Horatio territory, so the, large-scale incursion necessary to get that step of the quest done will be necessary. Although perhaps Kren Salutis and his scouts can cut in from the back and do something about it. I would guess I'm either about to hit the Horatio home system here, or it's maybe there, or up here. I don't know, but this is Horatio territory, so. Back to Gaikon. Send out my 2 settlers. You go to Lakin. And you go to Pictor. Meanwhile, Gaikon. Chain Gang, and then that is 9 guys. Within 16 turns, increase your Craver population in Pardalis by 2. That should be pretty easy. Alright, Alva. Just get some of those basic food and production buildings up. Pardalis. Get you some food. And industry. And colonize the other planet. Okay, there is another Horatio system, which, of course, is getting leached by the Vodiani. No things for me to search. Here's what I really want to do with Cransalutis, is I want him to intercept the Craver fleet, and then I want to reassign him to one of these military fleets I'm building over here, and get him off of scout duty, right? And repair them. Alright, Pictor. Yeah, I'll settle the tiny monsoon with the Jade Onyx.
The wrath of the church is feared by all. I wonder why you insist on calling it down upon yourself.
Alright, they have closed their borders, which is fine because I have already left their borders. Given that there are no curiosities to
Your
search here.
offensiveness drives Horatio to anger and distraction.
No, I refuse to remove my fleets,
Your
Horatio.
offensiveness drives Horatio to anger and...
Interesting. So they are now going here. The freaking... Ugh, boy, I really wish that the first stage of my quest had not spawned deep in enemy territory, but we're about ready to declare war on Horatio here really soon, so... Oh, did that... You did turn around. Fucking... I gave it the command. Alright. Turn these into fleets 3 at a time. Then do the 6 plus 3 equals 9 trick. And boy, 0% mutinous. That's not good. Well, chain gang, feeding pits, infinite supermarkets, another feeding pits. Let's do something about that. Look at that now. Because I've got 8 slave population, I'm now getting minus 80 from slave drivers. So chain gang will get rid of 1 slave. Feeding pits will get rid of 2 slaves, which will reduce that penalty by 30, and then also give me the bonus of yay tasty food. Thank you, Mr. Governor, for letting us eat our slaves. Abraham Lincoln would not support the Cravers from a moral perspective. And do another chain gang. We really got to get this manpower development up here. Keep 2. Settle the ocean planet. The system forest produce at least 120 industry and science to save the core, or it can save the inhabitants with food and industry. But honestly, I would rather save the core. I'm not interested in saving lives. I'm interested in consuming lives, and technology is better. Alright, and then that quest, I didn't even, like, do anything. It was done in, like, 2 turns. Always good. I am very concerned that if I blockade this system, the Horatio weapon masters are gonna try and kill my scavengers. So before I blockade the system, I'm gonna reassign Kren Salutis because I don't want him to get killed when I'm just about to have a war. Now then, you guys, anything to... Nope, just blockade. Should be able to trigger that quest next turn. See, my desk production has fallen very low with all of my military upkeep that I have right now. Regardless, I think next turn will probably be the turn to declare war on Horatio. Yeah, I'll get trade companies up. That'll help with my 2086 or... Oh, no. Yeah, I can research that more. Well, no, 4 turns. Yeah, no. I'm going to get trade companies up to help with my desk production there. And also luxury production. What's that? One ship of civilian faction. I want to kill them, probably, but whatever. Yeah, Xenotourism agencies, that'll be good for dust. I gotta get that up in more places. And I can do the Usher then the law, but I do not think I can afford 3 influence per population just yet. Found a colony on Zosbanos before anyone else.
You force us to act in anger.
Bureaucratic obstacles. Yeah, that's gonna make a big difference right when I'm about to declare war on you, Horatio. Construct 2 attacker ships in the Baton system. Well, that's good. That's definitely a system where I like building military stuff. 0 plus 0. Minus 204.6 from fleets and systems. I see. Hyperpacks. Oh, colonize toxic. That's convenient. Orbit around Yakima until an enemy fleet appears. Reach Zosmanos in less than 10 turns to intercept the evil guys. I'm gonna do that.
Your offensiveness drives Horatio to anger and
Blockade
distraction.
is not appreciated. Oh, battle at Dekel. Yeah. See this right here. What do they got? Okay, they're like all energy weapons. Not ideal. These scavengers are probably in trouble. And by probably, I mean definitely. This is why I moved the hero off of them. Grave defeat. Alright. Yeah, that is not a surprise. Well, let's see. First thing we need to do here is, based on the fact that Horatio's going in heavy on the energy weapons, and also we've got a little bit more technology afoot here, I'm going to... Oh, no, not there. Because that can be anything. Yeah, and then I'm gonna place those with better slugs. And yeah, I should probably give it a beam too. And there we go. More energy shielding. Alright, upgrade those to slicer 3s. And let's see our, yeah, let's replace that with one of those and a warp drive. Give him better weapons than he had before. Cannot afford 975. How much does that fleet cost? 1755. Well. Let's see if I can. What is that? I'm only making 4 Hyperion a turn. That's unfortunate. Oh, and of course they put an arc at Nihal, which does make colonizing Zosmanos a risky proposition. 0 plus 0. Let's get a chain gang up here in this system. We gotta get some more manpower afoot. Meanwhile, Alva. I will colonize the Boreal planet because it's got 3 Hyperion on it, which will help. Now then, it is time to... What is this?
This contact is unwelcome. For what reason do you interrupt our crusade?
I have every reason to believe that they're going to say no to this, but I'm going to tell them to do it anyway.
I shall defend the faith, whatever that requires.
Minus 50% influence cost to go to war on St. Nayul, which... I'm the Cravers, I already get to go to war for free, so that does literally nothing, so I'm going to do press for increased pressure. I don't care that much about the diplomatic pressure.
You have offended the most perfect.
And
as Horatio,
declare war.
We are you try to make Horatio's opinion of you even.
Meanwhile, we go down to the marketplace. I will sell. Well, honestly, even if I do use that in my level 2, that's a ways off. I'm not going to sell any Jade Onyx. I will sell 60 Titanium. And send that fleet in to... Mm, 10 titanium to build one of those. Okay, well, now I wish I hadn't unqueued the Slicer 2s. Oh well. Such is life. What does he have? Just one... Oh, that's like a civilian fleet, I think. Well, I'm going to use my hero to kill pirates because they fight back, and my hero will be a benefit against people who fight back. And Scavenger, you can go back to scouting things, I think. So in one turn, he's going to lose that outpost, and I'm going to move on to Dekel, where he's got a little bit of defensive power. Not much. Okay, nothing to probe there. Good, good. Alright, new hero. You know, I think, based on the fact that I'm going to be getting an Overseer, I will, yeah, get an Overseer and put him for governing purposes, for, keep the war machine rolling.
Your offensiveness drives Horatio to anger and
Oh,
distraction.
a crime against beauty. Oh, poor Horatio. I committed crimes against his beauty. Oh, no. I don't care. We're the Cravers. We've come to eat your flesh. Your tasty, tasty flesh. Yeah, I'm getting kind of low on the influence generation here, so... Battle at Dekel. Well, I am not scared of those guys. Decisive victory. And there is my freaking Craver quest. I see that's Horatio's home world. Invader. Well, let's kill him. Opponent has retreated. Now let's look at what we have here. I can potentially invade that. I'm gonna send. What do they got here? Ooh, Bonnie is not well defended. I'm gonna send that fleet down there to screw things up for them. Oh, of course, Bonnie. The reason it's not well defended is because the Bodhiani are being jerks. Gee, I wanted that Horatio ship moved away right before. I wanted to kill it and just let the Leecher keep going and screwing up the system's defense. But no, I will kill the two Leechers because, you know, Bodhiani are just not. They're not my friends. I don't want them to get more essence. And yeah, based on the fact that that system is very weak at this time, I'm going to just immediately begin an invasion of it with a preemptive bombing. Draw! Oh, is that how it is, huh? A draw. Whatever. Salutus. Increase the fleet health even more. And I'm gonna just keep blockading on this one. I will invade it after I get the Bonnie system. I'll have these two guys rendezvous. I'm now generating negative dust per turn because of how much military upkeep I have, which is unfortunate, but I've got Alva and Pardalis are new systems. I can start getting more dust out of them is going to be something important to do. Nah, I don't need that just yet. I kind of want to buy it out, but again, I want to leave my dust stockpile as intact as I can while I'm at negative per turn on dust production. Horatio seems to not have a whole lot of military force here, so thankfully I'm thinking this war will go relatively swiftly and easily. Okay, ground battle at Bonnie. Yeah, I'm gonna do another preemptive bombing. Oh, this time I got a minor victory. Good. Ah, here we are. Fleet has intercepted the hostile Craver vessel. Bring the Craver ship in your systems for analysis. Alright, well. Of course, now he switches back to projectiles when I put shields on my guy. Stupid computer being smart. And what's this crap? The pirates are defending him? Fine, be that way, pirates. Power to shields, though, because they've got a decent amount of energy and weaponry. And I will attack Horatio. Alright, opponent is retreated. Yeah, they're... What is he trying to... He's trying to colonize Esh again? Well, I'll just send these guys, even though they're Slicer 2s. I don't want them to be the front line, but I will send them to stop that colony nonsense from happening. Okay, yeah, no, those are the ships that are running away. How's DeKel looking? You, sir, go back to Phaeton for the next stage of the quest for me. And for the Craver quest, it can't just go back to the system. I actually have to disband the fleet to put it in the hangar instead of using it. And now I can build a hive hall, which is not the most useful building, but it's still a thing. Take those two marked system. No, I would rather have this guy, Rayon Sias. He's a guardian, a virtual endless guardian, and I can get him as a hero. So, just gotta get that virtual, what's it called? Synchronous Hive. Okay, yeah, that's the name of that building. I build that in a system, and then I get another hero, so. And, oh, I need 50 titanium to build that, which I don't actually currently have, because I've been spending a lot of it on ships. I will, however, continue going with the, dust production, and yeah, I think, how much is that? Okay, 1 turn for that. Well, let's do a chain gang and an exotic ration. Gaikon, in the meanwhile, alright, that fleet is a fleet. Polar Tempests, well, that kind of sucks, but it's the planet I can colonize here, so. And now that that's done, this intruder ship can join forces with one of my other fleets. Oh, I haven't built anything in Alpha this turn. Alright. Well, level 2 modernization. How about a miners union? And xenotourism agencies. New population bonus. The level 50 with 50 population is nice. Plus 1% damage on ships per depleted planet on the Empire.
The wrath of the church is feared by all. I wonder why you
Alright, bureaucratic obstacles, whatever. Colony on Pictor. Alright, let's take a look here. Ground battle at Bonnie. Let's do another preemptive bombing. Draw! Alright, fine. Alright, fine. You're gonna be like that. You're gonna hold out against my onslaught. I think these guys will, after we clear out this nonsense at Esh, I'm gonna send them down to Bonnie to help with the invasion. However, I do think now is a good time to stop us for part 2, and I will see you guys at part 3. Thanks for watching.